Professor, thank you so much indeed for your time. Could I ask you, just overall, how much do you think this is about the very nature of what India is as a state and the relationship the government has with its citizens?
Well, I think the government was trying to enhance the per capita income and the availability of the produce to the market. And so they have tweaked with the agricultural laws. 3 laws have been introduced in September, and they were trying to increase the produce to the market. But of course, there are the middlemen who have been losing a lot of income. It is estimated that they would lose nearly $2 to $3 billion in terms of the commissions. So there is a concern on that front. The 50 farmers unions, as you see on the screen, they have been protesting, and 5 talks have been conducted in order to restore the minimum support price, which is the basic minimum that they can afford to when they produce something from the farm. As you rightly mentioned, that there are nearly 58% of the people dependent on agriculture, and they produce about $300 billion in terms of the output. We have had about 300 million tons of food grains produced last year, and there is exports of nearly $40 billion from agriculture. So the Prime Minister Modi announced that he wanted to double up the income of the farmers by 2022. And so these agricultural reforms laws are meant for increasing some of the income. But many peasants, farmers are not satisfied. And so they are demanding that the minimum support price be restored. So there is a huge concern in this regard, and they have been demonstrating, as you are seeing on the screens.
Yeah, so do you not see it as a radical change and a move towards almost the complete opening of that particular sector to a neoliberal theory? Because we've had this system in place where the farmers have had these guaranteed prices set by the state for certain of their crops. But now they're saying that if these laws are passed, they're going to become possible prey for big agribusiness, that they're going to suffer at the hands of conglomerates, because these are micro businesses, so many of them. And it's about the relationship, is it not, that you have in any national system between the workers and the market, and how the government interacts between those two.
Indeed, you're right. The government wanted to introduce these reforms because they felt that there is a lot of subsidies given to the farmers in terms of water, fertilizers, in terms of the various other subsidies, including the minimum support price, which has been mentioned. So the 3 agricultural laws, out of these 2, they have been insisting on the farmers can produce at their own pace, and probably because in India the average land holding is just about 2 hectares for nearly 80% of the farmers. So there is a possibility that the land may also be pooled together in big farming, commercial farming, and also for export purposes in terms of the agro industries and others. So there is a concern that there is a restructuring of the agriculture and subsidies to be withdrawn based on the economic reforms that were announced in 1991. But this is an area which has not been touched upon because many farmers are the backbone of many political parties, and so they do not want to touch this because of the electoral fortunes, and hence this is the concern. But if you look at the agricultural contribution to the GDP, is just about 15%, and so in terms of becoming a $5 trillion GDP, India wants to also tweak the agriculture sector, and that's where the heartburn currently.
Professor, thank you so much indeed for your time. Srikanth Kondapalli speaking to us there from New Delhi.